Hey, what's up, guys? It's High Definition Apollo. No, I'm just kidding. It's Pixelated Apollo. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you guys are doing well, like always. And welcome back to another glorious battle in Third Age Total War Reforged. Now, before we get started with this massive fight, I just wanted to go through the Is This Third Age Total War Reforged battle epic checklist. So the first thing on the list is massive orc armies. Check. We've got some massive orc armies. Lots and lots of artillery. Check. Lots of artillery on the battlefield. Epic final stand by the good guys. Checkerino. That's exactly what we have. 6 or more players on the battlefield. Absolutely. Check on that. So it looks like we are going to have a very epic battle today. So don't forget your snacks and drinks. Sit back and enjoy the show. But you know what makes these battles really special? It's not the artillery. It's not the epic last stand of the good guys or the massive orc armies. No. It's you. Yeah, that's right. You. Now, you might think of all your imperfections, but when I see you, I wouldn't change a single thing. Because you truly are a miracle of the cosmos. You are the universe, experiencing the universe. Alright, so just recently they added a new patch. It's a small patch. They did some balancing, I believe, for for Third Age. And this is a really awesome, like I said earlier, epic final stand by the Kingdom of Arnor, surrounded by multiple legions of orc armies. And yeah, so pretty cool stuff. Let's look at the army comps. Actually, let me just show you the map here because it's pretty interesting. So we've got the main attacking orc force located right here, and then of course we have the final stand where they have this nice platform so they can put up their artillery. And this is kind of like the Battle of Thermopylae. You know, it's like the Lord of the Rings version, but there is a way to go around the mountain pass. So if you look over here, we actually have a Rudar force, which is also the Gundabad force. But I believe pretty soon Rudar will have their own faction, their own roster, so they will be a standalone faction in the Reforged mod, which is pretty exciting. And then over here we've got kind of like this epic like cav force defending the flank of Arnor. It's gonna be awesome, guys. Just classic last stand bloody fight. So let's look at the army comps and then we'll get started. Alright, so starting with my force, I'm actually on the battlefield. I'm leading one of the orcs. Of course, we've got a lot of orcs on my roster. Lots of orc fellers. I've mustered up some orc marauders and some orc halberds. And back here, we've got more orc marauders, some Snaga archers. In the very back, I've got my elite troops like the Witch Realm Scourge Raiders and the Hammer Guard. I do have some Olag. Hi, those aren't mine. Here they are. Okay, here they are. So yeah, I've got the Trolls of Gundabad and a Ballista, which is going to be a useful tool in taking out the Trebuchet. The next army is commanded by Cannon Fodder. He's got a very similar army. We can pretty much just kind of go through the army comps a little bit faster. Orc Marauders. He's just got orcs, you know, which is a little surprising for the orcs of Gundabad, but you know, we'll go with it. And then here's some Trolls of Gundabad, so pretty cool. And then we have J-Monster. Now, J-Monster is a fellow Total War YouTuber, so I've got a link to his channel down below. Give him some love. Check it out. He does a lot of Third Age stuff as well, so great commentator. I enjoy his stuff. Also, I forgot to mention this, but Reforged also has their own channel, so definitely check them out as well. I believe Cannon Fodder runs that channel, so yeah, give it some love. Check it out. Very cool stuff. But yeah, J-Monster has a very similar army, but he's got snow trolls. Very cool, very cool. Let's go to the final army for the attacking guys, the Gundabad guys, orcs of Gundabad. I almost forgot to do that. Synn of the Darkcloud, the creator of the scenario, he's got some Rudar heavy pikes. He has some Rudar savages. Back here, he's got some berserkers, more savages, lots and lots of scouts, Witch Realm Inquisitors. So yeah, that's pretty much his army, and it's all up to him to flank around and try to break Arnor's final stand. Now let's look at the final two Arnorian armies, the two good guys. We have Happy Meal leading this force. He does have some Knights of Numinas who are going to be great at running down orcs. Back here, he's got some Dunedain Wardens and some Arnor pikemen mixed in with some Arnor Gate Guards. pretty cool. And then some dismounted Dunedain Knights in the back, and more elite troops like the dismounted Arthedain Knights. Ooh, Arthedain? No, Arthedain. Yeah, they're pretty cool. They were like a two-hander, Zweihander, and then here's a battle-ready Dunedain. So, nice force. And of course, we can't forget the Trebuchet. And then the final army is Son of Imladris. So he has a kind of like a reinforcement force, lots of Arthedain men-at-arms. Pretty cool. And then some Trebuchet, and then of course he has lots and lots of Cav, which is going to harass the Rudar army. And he also has your mom. Okay, so now that the army comps are out of the way, we can finally get started with this battle. So it's going to get a little choppy here at the beginning because of all the massive armies that are just charging forward. It gets insane, guys, because this fight is right in one area. I mean, it's just so intense. So many troops in one tiny area fighting. And that's why I love these types of battles, because it's straight to the action. Like, there's no boring, waiting, maneuvering. It's just boom, attack, go, and the battle lasts for a very long time. And that's why I love Medieval 2, because it's just so grindy. You know, the troops just fight to the bitter end. It's just awesome. So what I decided to do here, my strategy, what I'm most afraid of from this army of Arnor has to be their artillery. Not only the artillery alone, but the positioning of this artillery. It's got a great view to the great Orc legions that are marching upon his final stand. He's actually sending back the Knights of Annuminas. I think he's going to send him back here to help his ally fight Rudar, who is still kind of marching over this way. So he's actually sprinting. So son of Imladris trying to make his way over there. Again, this is going to be a really key part to our victory. His army needs to get over there as quickly as possible to flank around, because these pikes and these shields, the shield wall. Look at this. This is going to be absolutely brutal to take out. But yeah, what I was saying about the Trebuchet, my strategy here, it was to move up the Snaga archers and use fire. Now, I tend to not do that. I find that strategy to be really cheesy. But today, I was just feeling extra cheesy, I guess. I don't know. I just don't have any integrity, I guess. I was just like, you know what? I'm sick of losing. I got to prove to my fan base that I'm good at this game, because I can't have them thinking that I'm bad at this game. So I'm going to push up my Snaga archers, get them in range, use fire arrows, and try to burn down his Trebuchet, which he's trying to reform in position. Thankfully, he has not fired yet, but it looks like, yep, sure enough, he's going to let the counterweight go. And let's see what he does here. He also has archers up here, which is a really good position for his archers. And just look at the armies back there. Look at that. That is massive force. Like, each unit has about 300 men, something like that. It's crazy. Like 200 plus. It's insane. So these orcs, I love it how the orcs are just massive, just endless hordes of death. Even though they're crap fighters, you got to use their numbers. So the archers are in range. You can hear them firing, but the Trebuchet still holding fire. I don't know if he's having issues with the Trebuchet or he's just waiting for the perfect moment to strike. We've got a lot of our forces in loose formation. Cannon fodder setting up some orc halberds. It looks like cannon fodder is going to be the first one in. Such a great cannon fodder. Literally, like, it's his name, but that's his play style, and I respect that. Most players are very defensive in Total War. No, not him. He goes in, even if he loses his entire army. That's where, when you have a name like Cannon Fodder, you got to be true to your name. So, yeah, he's just pouring in his men. Orc halberds going in first, which is a good idea. Trying to, ooh, jeez, look at this. These guys are dropping pretty quick. He's already down to 197. Keep him moving, Cannon. Oh, here we go. Now some, oh, yeah. Boom. Only killed a couple orcs there, but we've got more where that came from. So lots and lots of artillery fire. I'm still moving up my Snaga archers. My army's just waiting a little bit. I want a cannon to sacrifice his army, then I'll move in, you know. I'm not gonna waste my men like that. But I'm just kidding. But the Snaga archers, really my strategy is just getting these Snaga archers in range to fire their fire arrows and or to release their fire arrows. There's always that one guy in the comments who's like, they don't say fire because that's referring to guns. You know how fire comes out of a gun? So back then they would say loose or release. But I don't care. I'm going to go with fire because that's how I know it, and it's really not that big of a deal. But yeah, here comes the first volley. Yes, it's going to, look at that. it's gonna rain fire down on these trebuchet. And to be honest, Happy Meal was not so happy at this moment. He's like, oh, really? You're going to go with that strategy? Is that what you're going to do? So, yeah. And I was like, yeah. Yeah, I felt bad. You know when you're doing something cheesy and you're winning, but you kind of feel bad, but you keep doing it anyways because you want to win? Oh, my God. Look at that. That is glorious. But, yeah, that's kind of... I was just like, yeah, I'm doing this right now. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. So, yeah, look at that. Already lighting one on fire. Fantastic. Oof. Lots of arrows. And I think my ally also sends up some archers as well. I think J-Monster, I believe. No, Cannon Fodder sending up some archers using his fire arrows. Over in the center, we've got the massive charge of troops. And Cannon Fodder actually finds a weak spot in the forces, and he's actually going through a small gap, sending his Orc Marauders around, trying to flank around the pikemen and get behind them and really try, you know, that's the best way to kill pikes. No, don't attack them head on, attack them from the rear or the flank. But yeah, you can see the massive horde of troops trying to break through this line. And I've definitely seen some progress here. We've really closed in the gaps, but anywhere where there's a shield wall, I mean, with that combo of the pikes, that's just such a great combo, and they are just butchering our men. And we got more men going in this way. J-Monster now committing in some troops. Look at the army. Look at the fire arrows in the background. I gotta go back to that. That just looks too... Look at that. It is raining down fire. The sun, it's like the sun has exploded. Supernova in little bits are falling down onto Middle Earth, burning the damn trebuchet. That's awesome. So yeah, we're really trying. He's terrified. He's leaving. So that's really saving a lot of lives there, silencing the trebuchet just for a little bit, so our infantry can just not worry about that. Again, only for a little bit. And again, guys, it's laggy. There's a lot of troops on the battlefield. I'm sure as this battle continues on, it will get a lot smoother. But you're used to that. You've been following me for a while. I mean, we do play Total War, and to be fair, Total War is not well optimized whatsoever, especially Attila. Ugh. Ugh. Attila's so bad. And remember when they were like, oh, we built Attila for future computers, futures, you know, like, it's like, come on. Future hardware? You're kidding me, right? You can predict the future. You know how technology is going to work in the future? Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Anyways, I digress. So yeah, the trebuchets are getting shot up still. He's like, you still have ammo? You still have ammo? And I think we were running low at this point on ammo. We didn't really have a ton there. So, yeah. I mean, I'd rather waste all my fire arrows just trying to take out the trebuchet. Because honestly, I think the heart of his army is his trebuchet. Because, you know, they can just rack up kills. But also, they can get a lot of friendly fire as well. So, you got to look out for that. But yeah, the Arnorian defenders are closing up this gap, sending in reinforcements. We got Son of Mladris sending in some Arthedain men-at-arms who are surrounding these Orc Marauders. And unfortunately, they are starting to shake. They're shaking in their boots. They're starting to get worried. And oh my god, I mean, this is just an epic battlefield. And this is pretty cool. This right here, this is like a massive Orc party going in. We've got all the Orc units. We got the snow, or not Orcs, my bad, guys. The Trolls. The Trolls. The Trolls going in, the Snow Trolls and the Gundabad Trolls about to just push their way through, hammer their way through the pike lines. But you got to be careful because Trolls are considered infantry, and infantry can easily get chewed up at these pikes. So here comes the Troll reinforcements. So epic. Such a glorious sight. And I'm getting like 12 frames because of all the units over here. So my Trolls were a little bit late to the party. They're like, wait for me. So yeah, my Trolls still trying to make their way over there. But you know, they're not too far behind. Look at this. We're really causing some issues for the front line. At least trying to cause some issues. Unfortunately, a lot of Orcs are dying pretty quickly. Let's actually go to 0.7 speed. It still feels like normal speed, but oh, geez, we're getting lucky. They are missing a lot of their hits. Ooh, that wasn't a miss, though. Was that my men? No, J-Monster. That sucks. But yeah, what are we doing? So I've got my ballista over here. I'm trying. See, one thing about this map, it's actually really difficult to get your ballista in range. It's extremely difficult. So I'm trying to get this on this little hill so I can fire over my men, because your artillery will not fire if there's friendlies in the way. And I'm just going for anything that's a big target. I'm going for trebuchet. I'm going for really anything that I can hit. So yeah, I don't think they're firing just yet. They're still, there they go. There they go. Look at that. Look at the trebuchet coming in. Is this not an epic battle? This is so cool. And the great thing is that I don't know if they released the patch. I think they have. But this is part of the patch. So you guys have this custom scenario, and a great way to play the scenario is by joining their Discord and just scheduling with some fellow Third Age Reforged players and getting together and playing the battle. So I highly recommend you do that. But see, what's going on back here? Look, we got archers back here. So yeah, he's got his archers lined up. This is actually pretty good positioning from Son of Imladris. I like the fact that he doesn't actually have his men up here because, oh, good hits there, good hits there. I could watch that trebuchet all day. But yeah, the reason he doesn't have his archers up here is because they are open to, even though they have the high ground, they are open to arrow fire, arrow attack. But by using them over like slightly on this hill, they're still slightly on the high ground, but they've got the ground over here, the high ground, protecting them, shielding them from orc archer fire. So yeah, all right, so let's slow it down just so we don't miss anything. Let's zoom in, get some close-ups here. Watch these trolls go to town. The snow trolls still alive, still well, kicking and screaming. Back over here, lots of infantry. Our orcs are really just clumping up. That's all we can really do against this frontal attack. There's no way to flank around because of the mountains. And then over on this side, still nothing yet. Rudar has been marching forward in this beautiful formation, and the Cav is just a little hesitant to actually pursue this force. So nothing quite yet from this side. Again, Rudar, this is the most important part of the battle, them flanking around and trying to save our front lines. Now, if we look at the percentage killed, look at this 23 to 18. It's actually not that bad considering just how we're just throwing in our men right now. Let's watch this. Come on, please be a good hit. Yeah! It wasn't great, but it was good. All right, back to normal speed. Just arrows flying everywhere, fiery balls of justice crashing down, killing friendlies and enemies. There goes my ballista firing at some of the trebuchet back there. He's constantly moving it around, trying to prevent it from getting hit from my ballista. My ballista, surprisingly, was, oh, the lag. All right, we need to go back to 0.7 speed. So yeah, unfortunately, my ballista was not exactly super accurate today. I'm missing a lot of hits. And the trebuchets, another thing that I don't really consider when you think about trebuchets, they're actually very strong compared to like a catapult. So a catapult may be more accurate, and a catapult might be better in this situation. But a thing that's really great for the trebuchet is that it can withstand 3 or 4 hits from the ballista. A catapult usually breaks down in 1 or 2 hits from the ballista. There we go, more aftermath of the trebuchet hitting it, so pretty cool. Oh, friendly fire, that's what I'm talking about. The trebuchet has great range too, but the accuracy is so bad, so bad, so inaccurate. So we're still just muscling our way through between the 2 mountains. And we are making some progress in the center. You can see that, oh, great hit. Great hit. All right, so we're pushing in the center. You can see they're kind of thinning out there with the orcs breaking through. If we go back over to the other side, we can actually see some cav is storming in. The Knights of Arnor, or Knights of Annuminas, whatever, same thing. They were actually, oh, is that a general? I believe that was Rudar's general. Sun lost his general trying to defend against his cav. There's just a massive cav chaos going on in the back ranks of his army, trying to contain this cav. I think Arnor did a little bit of a surprise attack there, running down his archers. Well-planned attack. I love it. That was good. But Rudar is stopped. They have been stopped in their tracks, and it's going to take them a while to get over to that main fight. So let's head back here. Where the battle is still framey as hell, which it's not necessarily a bad thing. It means, hey, there's a lot of units on the battlefield still. There's just been lots and lots of brutal fighting. Nobody's really made any great progress. It looks like we made progress here, but I think it's the Dunedain Troll Slayers. They wear like black cloaks, so they kind of look like orcs from far away. But yeah, let's actually do a slow-mo shot here and go through these battle lines. Look at that. That is so epic. Now we got the black uruks of the mountains. And over here, you can see there's a lot of dead troops. We're kind of thinning over on this side, so we might want to send up more orcs. It's very chaotic. I mean, as a commentator, it's very hard to cover a fight like this. You just kind of have to show it, and it kind of just, it speaks for itself. Chaos. Chaos. Here's a bird's eye view. Oh! It's like the trebuchet is getting so close to a juicy, juicy hit, but it just never quite gets it. And now we have a chain route over here on the front lines. J Monster's men is falling back. He's going to go ahead and send in some Witch Realm pikemen to support that wavering side, hopefully to bolster the line, to keep them in the fight, and to continue to keep up this epic line battle. We'll go back, zoom in. Now we've got some archers going, just being thrown into the front line. So yeah, he's starting to run out of arrows, which is good because we still have a lot of troops. And if we look at the percentage, 44 to 36, still not that huge of a disadvantage considering that they have the defenses and they are holding the line in a very strategic location. And we're just kind of mindlessly throwing in our orcs. Oh, well, they're kind of thin in here. Oh yeah, got my Snaga archers. They unfortunately used up all their ammo, so they're gonna go into melee. I guess we gotta do 0.7 speed. That helps it out a little bit. Not really, but a little bit. Let's head back over to the other side with Rudar. We don't want to miss out on that action. Let's see what's going on. Oh, the cav. Look at that. Oh my god, what are we missing? So Rudar is just desperately trying to contain this cav right here, but it just doesn't seem like, I mean, it's very difficult because of all the numbers, and he is trying to run down the cav with his Rudar scouts, just trying to keep them in one position so he can focus them down with the infantry and archers and pikes, which is infantry. It's also less framey over here, which is nice. So here's a nice charge from the Arnor Knights, closing in on the Rudar scouts. It's been a great battle so far, and we're not even halfway through it. I love these custom scenarios because it's just like they're always so interesting. Massive armies, great tactics. We got great players, and it's just it really is a treat to watch these types of battles and to be a part of these types of battles. It's just really enjoyable, and I appreciate Synn and Kuru, and oh, look at that charge. That was epic. Look at that. Shajin. It's killing their own well, I mean, technically this is their own kind, the Rudar. It's like a different region of Arnor. So they kind of, you know, broke apart, fell into a civil war, and then Rudar became evil. Bend the knee to the will of Sauron. Alright, so let's go back over here where it's just a game of inches, a game of centimeters. Yeah, still nobody's really making any drastic push. If we look at the reserves, we still have a decent amount of reserves. So you can see, yeah, I've got the Witch Realm. I got a lot of the Witch Realm soldiers in the back, but nothing crazy to. Oh, back here I've got some Orc Marauders. Oh, that's trebuchet. And there goes my ballista. My ballista's still alive and well. Actually, still has a lot of ammo. They're trying to take out my ballista with the trebuchet. Oh, and general, he kills his own general. I don't remember this, but there we go. One of Arnor's general has perished. He is gone. He burnt up to a crisp. Literally, he's a crisp. He's dead. He's gone. So that's one less general to worry about. The pikes, the Arnor Gate guards, are proving themselves in battle, and I am getting some hits on the trebuchet back here, just trying to wipe them out, because I mean this thing is just racking up kills. It's ridiculous. Oof, that's just so epic seeing those fiery balls of justice. So now it's 59 to 49. We have a 10% disadvantage. We've lost 10% more of our army compared to them, which is not good. Not good at all. Oh, there we go. We destroyed a trebuchet in the back. Good hit from the ballista. I think their weakest point is actually right here, especially that their Dunedain Knights are looking the wrong way. Where did the orcs go? Turn around. Turn around. Oh, there goes the other general. Both the generals of the Kingdom of Arnor have fallen within a couple of minutes between each other. Maybe even less, maybe just a minute. Amazing. So they have lost their leadership. Lost their leadership on the battlefield. And Rudor, poor Rudor, dealing with this cav force. You know, honestly, I'm glad I didn't command this army. I'm glad Synn command. You know, there's one thing that I absolutely hate doing in Total War, and that's trying to fight cav-focused armies with a lot of infantry. It's just a pain. The micro is intense. It's insane. It's a headache. It really is a headache. So I'm glad Synn's taking care of business over here. But Son of Imladris did an excellent job so far. He's doing an excellent job taking out these forces. And don't forget, Son is not only is Son managing this flanking force of Rudar, but he's also got infantry over at the main fight. So he's controlling a two-front battle, and especially having to, you know, control that cav. It's very micro intensive. It's tough. It's tough. And I think that's why we got a lot of friendly fire on this side with the trebuchet, because Son of Imladris, he didn't realize that he didn't realize his trebuchet was firing so close to his own men. So every once in a while, it would get like a really good hit. And Happy Meal, he'd be like, dude, pay attention. He's like, I'm focused on killing this Rudar army. Oh, there's another good hit. Look at that. Oh, burning those orcs to a crisp. Could you imagine being one of those orcs and just being like, yes, about to charge into battle. Oh, what's that? Boom, dead. Gone. You're gone. You're over. Alright, so now I'm moving up my more elite troops. It's time. I think about 90 to 85% of my force has been committed into the fight. My Snaga archers are just freaking out right now. They're going nuts, running around. That's actually J-Monster, but yeah, they're still freaking out. So yeah, this is the Witch Realm Scourge Raiders. I'm going to move them up. What I'm trying to do here is still trying to push over on this side, because I still believe this is the weakest point of their defense. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's a good freaking angle. Look at that. The massive. Oh, and another good hit. That's a game changer hit right there. Those two hits. He just needs to keep on doing that. And we got the trebuchet going for the elite forces. I love it, man. All this trebuchet fire. I mean, what? This, you know, when I think of, really, when you see any kind of medieval game, and they always do the cinematic cutscenes, they always show like hundreds of trebuchet firing and seeing arrows fly everywhere. Well, Medieval 2 actually captures that without it being a cinematic cutscene. You know what I mean? That's why I love Medieval 2 so much. It's just such a legendary game. Look at that, another great hit. Really close to some friendly troops, but still very, very good, good shooting there, Tex. So yeah, that's pretty fantastic. In the center, look at that. He's actually thinning out in the center. Technically, he's pushing us back, but all we have to do is send up more troops. And yeah, they're definitely running out of men. But so are we. So are we. So it's a very, very close fight. And you can see that their frame rate is getting a little bit better as troops continue to kill each other. Let's go back over to Rudar and see what's going on there. Still trying to take care of business. Still trying to take out the Knights of ANNUMINAS. God, that is just, I feel for him, man. Look at this. I just love cav charges. I mean, could you imagine though? I mean, we can watch it in the video game. You know, it's fun to watch it in the video game and kind of imagine what it would be like, but you know, some people, if you go around a big horse and you don't realize how big horses are until you get close to one, you're like, wow, that's a monster of a beast. And imagine knights, full plate armor, riding on those things, and then add some armor to the horse, and then you train the horse to be effective in combat and just have like 100 of those things charging after you. Can you imagine what that must have felt? I can't even speak. I'm so excited. What that must have felt like. The fear that like your heart sinking to your stomach, seeing something like that coming towards you, and just, I mean, what do? You just take it and just hope that they miss you and kill your comrades instead of you. I mean, that's insane. It's insane. It's crazy. Humans are absolutely amazing and horrifying at the same time. You know? Like the kind of creations we make to kill each other, but also because of wars, it inspires us to push ourselves into creating some very amazing things. Anyways, that's a topic for another time. I mean, these battles are so long. What am I supposed to talk about the whole time, you know? Alright, so yeah, they, I think finally, they took care of business over here, destroyed the cav, and now this Rudar army can, oh, nope, I'm just kidding. Just messing with, just testing you guys. Knights of ANNUMINAS still alive and well. 53 men, Happy Meal. So this is actually Happy Meal's cav. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Boom! Rudar Axeman, they had it coming. Not only, okay, so like going back to the whole cav thing, not only getting charged by cav, but then getting mixed in this huge party of cav and just getting like tossed around, bouncing off of every horse, and just getting swords slashed at you, and ugh, man, that's nasty. Or imagine 2 cav units charging in after each other. Just the force of the 2 cav units. Just, it blows my mind when you, like, it's so easy to think about it and not really think about it, if you know what I mean. Like, oh, this is just what happened in warfare. But if you really sit down and try to envision yourself in that situation, it blows my mind. I don't know, whatever, we'll move on from that. But yeah, the trebuchet still just crushing our men. You can see that Arnor is doing well in some areas, but not doing so well in others. Like this one right here, I pushed up my Witch Realm Scourge Raiders, and you can see he sent up some dismounted Arthedain Knights to try to close in the gap. The center lines are crumbling, and I'm sending up more and more elite troops over to the front line. Get them, boys. Get them. This is like the old guard of Gundabad. Move up, the Hammerers. They have like a special rally for them, and the orcs around them start chanting as the Hammerers begin to march towards the battle line. More and more reinforcements. These are my reinforcements. I got some Gundabad guard. These guys are epic, man. These guys are awesome. Really, really. I don't think they're great at killing people, but they're just like, they don't die. They last forever. They're gonna go into this fight and never give up. It's great. Oh, some meat being flung at us. J-Monster. You know what's funny is I was thinking about this during the battle, how, you know, the trebuchet run out of ammo and they start flinging, decaying cow meat. You would think that flings, oh, hold that thought, look at that, oh my god. Yeah, but anyways, you would think that the orcs would be like, food, they're flinging food at us, this is great. The orcs would love that. I mean, sure, they prefer man flesh, but you throwing dead cows at them, they'll eat that up. They don't care. They eat maggoty meat. Oh, who are these guys? Black Uruk Warband. Look at these guys. I don't remember seeing them. They almost have like a, look at the medieval helmet. The traditional medieval helmet. That's awesome. Boom. Meat. Eat the meat. Maybe it's a distraction to keep the orcs from fighting, instead to think about their stomachs. So only half the enemy force remains. It's now 78 to 72. We're closing in the gap. The battle is starting to shift. As they run out of ammo, it's shifting so slowly but surely. I just love this battle scene. Seeing the troops, I don't know, this kind of reminds me of the Battle of Moria in The Hobbit. Just like the hills and just, I don't know, all the orcs over. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So yeah, there goes the orcs getting crushed there. I love it. I could watch that all day. Rudor, poor Rudor, man. Look at that. His army's like not even a quarter of what it once was. All that cav is such a hassle to deal with. And now he's retreating the Knights of ANNUMINAS. Still very healthy, 53 units. It's almost perfectly healthy. I think there's 60 men per cab unit. So, yeah, he's going to get out of there, and Rudar needs to quickly march over there. I mean, look at the balance of power. It's still in favor of us, which is good, but if we're not careful, we're too clumsy, and we just charge in, it could be disaster. But overall, I think we've got a pretty good control over this fight. Now, do not underestimate the pikemen and the trebuchet and the skilled warriors of Arnor. But we're mostly sending in our elite troops at this point. Look at that, J-Monster going in, trying to push through. I believe, is that Cannon Fodder or J-Monster? That's J-Monster. So yeah, he's trying to push through the center and break through their lines. So great. You know, as you can tell, I kind of took a break from Third Age. Just getting a little tired of it. But it's great to come back from the break and just feel like it's a whole new game again. I mean, that's why. Try not to get too frustrated if I begin to slow down with the Third Age uploads. It's mostly because I'm just, you know, just trying not to burn myself out. But yeah, it's great to be back in the center. We're just breaking through. You can see he's sending in trebuchet crew. You know you've got disaster on your hands. Not when you're sending in archers, like that's one thing, but when you're sending in trebuchet crew, you know you're in trouble. We got the epic Black Uruk warband. So we're gonna go to 1 speed now. Oh, more trebuchet fire! I love that, man. Look at this battle. I mean, that's just so awesome, man. Cheesing so hard. It's, you know, the cool thing about Total War, the cool thing about being a Total War YouTuber is not only fighting in these epic battles, but going back and doing commentary and just kind of saying whatever you want to say, letting it flow. You know, it's cool that I get to do this for a living, you know? It's pretty awesome, and I'm definitely grateful for it. I'm thankful for you guys, you know? You know, all jokes aside about that intro, it is really cool that you guys could all be a part of this, and I could, you know, talk to thousands of people with staying in my own house, because I'm a hermit. No, but seriously, it is awesome. So without you guys, without the community, I couldn't do this. So you know you have a battle that's super grindy, that's been in one spot, when you're just rambling on about how grateful you are to be a Total War YouTuber. So yeah, definitely a grindy fight, but. You know, it's grindy, but it doesn't feel grindy, you know? Like, there's just so much to see, especially the artillery, man. Can you believe it, though? Like, seriously, like, the artillery still has ammo? Like, what the hell is going on? We were certain that they would be out of ammo by now, but they just keep on shooting us. And they were playing these mind games, so I got my general in the battlefield now. I was a little indecisive. Yeah, that's what I was going for. Indecisive about where I wanted to charge these hammer guard, because I was either going to flank around and support the fight over here or go for the trebuchet, and I kind of regret the decision of trying to flank around. I should have went for the trebuchet. That's so awesome. But I do have a unit closing in. There's a cab charge. He's trying to take out my general. Trying to take him out. But yeah, I've got some of the Gundabad guard. I'm going to try to sneak them through the path and go after that trebuchet. I got to silence the trebuchet. And yeah, we were all talking on a TeamSpeak server, and he was playing mind games. He was like, oh, you know, like, I don't really have that much ammo anyways, but I mean, who knows? Oh, here comes the charge. Hold strong, men. Oh, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. It was pretty bad, but it could have been worse. I go into loose formation here. It kind of, you know, kind of nerfs the charge a little bit. Now I'm closing in on the artillery. Finally going to be able to kill these men, silence the artillery, and this is huge, guys. Oh, God. They still have the artillery firing, though. And he's got his dismounted Dunedain Knights going toe-to-toe with my Witch Realm Hunter Guard. Here's my general. He's a pasty orc. He's a pasty guy. Pasty like me. So what do we have here? Gundabad guard. Cool. I love the shields. Alright, so yeah, the pikes are chewing us up over on this side. Let's go back to 0.7. It's still really framey. I think it's because all the dead bodies. Look at that. It's just a carpet of dead bodies. What can you do against such reckless hate? I gotta get my daily quotes in. But yeah, it's just littered with dead bodies. It's pretty disgusting. His pikemen are thinning out over here, which is good. But now, honestly, we're waiting for Rudar to show up. He's not rushing his men because he doesn't want them tired. It's like that Roman quote, Romans walk to battle, but fight, I don't know, whatever. You know what I mean. Someone will, trust me, I'm sure there's going to be like 20 people who put in the correct comment. You know, a good way, you know, okay, so here's a little something funny for you guys about YouTube. Now, YouTube, the way they figure out if a video is good, sometimes there's different ways by like the amount of comments the video has. That's why it's always helpful if you want to support a YouTuber to leave a lot of comments, even if it's just like, hey, good video. But a good way to get people to leave comments, because people just love being superior over other people. So just say something that's incorrect, that's something that's well known, you know? And then you'll have like 30, 40 people correct you. It's fantastic. It's a great way. It's like there's 40 comments right there. No, I'm just kidding. By the way, I don't actually do that. I don't purposely try to say something incorrect that's commonly well known. But here comes the Cav charge from Arnor. Amazingly, they still have Son of Imladra, still has Cav. And I think with their strategy here, which is a pretty good strategy, is to just group up what they have left. Don't split up and try to fight Rudar. If they can group up and try to kill the rest of our troops, then they can focus their forces and deal with Rudar. But yeah, we're just waiting and waiting. The balance of power is still in our favor, but look at that, 92 to 91%. The percentages are even pretty much. It's crazy. And look at this. You remember me saying the Gundabad guard are excellent, stubborn, and they just won't die? They're still alive. They've been getting charged by Cav over and over, still alive, now silencing this this trebuchet, or at least trying to. But yeah, my army's pretty much spent at this point. All I have left is my ballista. I've got my hammer guard, which has my general in it. Ugh, great charge there, good charge there. But where is my general? There he is. He's away in the back, which is good. He'll stay alive longer. But yeah, I was just waiting for a miracle. I was like, Synn, send in reinforcements. My general. I always hate losing my general. Oh. What my ballista doing? I think I was going for the Cav, because my ballista has no more protection against the Cav. So I was just trying to snipe out as many Cav units. Honestly, I was at this point in the battle, I was most afraid of the Cav units. Here comes the Arnor Gate Guards. What an epic name. I mean, seriously, the Gate Guards. You join the military, you have one job. You do one thing, you train one thing, you guard the gate. And they do it well. And this is the gate that leads into Arnor. This pass right here, and they must defend it. But yeah, here, oh, the ballista just missing the Cav units. That was kind of like my last, like, you know, those moments where you're screwed anyways, but you get your last say before they kill you. That was my like last, like, your mother's a whore, and then you're dead. But it missed, so yeah, not gonna happen. And he destroys my ballista, kills my crew. But that's all right. They did their job and they served well. There's nothing to be ashamed of there. My general is like running out of bodyguards. He's like, oh no, group up around me. I don't know why my general sounds like Goofy. Gosh. But yeah, we're surrounded. It's not looking good for my army. My guards, unfortunately, are now fighting. My Gundabad guards. I sent them down to try to go save my general. But yeah, he's got his dismounted Dunedain Knights preventing that. Rudar, where are you? Here they come. They're pretty close now. He's got his general on horseback. So what is he going for? I think he's going for, oh, he's trying to, Oh, it's a race against time. I think he's trying to fire at the general. Let's see. He's gonna fire the trebuchet. It says firing. Doesn't look like they're gonna release. It looks like he's gonna make it in time. Yes, easy gonna make it. Easily gonna make it. So there you go. That's one less trebuchet we have to worry about. And once again, I charged up my Gundabad guard to try to take care of the trebuchet crew. He's gonna run his trebuchet crew out of there. So you can see that at this point in the battle, we are just desperately hanging on for dear life, trying to survive with whatever we have, trying to win this battle with whatever we have. My general is still alive on the top of this little slope. Yes, the hammer guard crushing the cav. That's good to see there. But my hammer guard are about to feel the wrath of the gate god. And I still have to deal with that cav over there. Look at that. It's hilarious. When you look this way, frame is pretty good. Getting about 30 frames. This way, bleh, all those dead bodies, I get like 9 frames. Sucks. So I guess we'll watch the battle from this angle. There goes my general. He's surrounded. Keep fighting. Here comes the cav. I guess they're going to support the troops up here. The trebuchet coming back. He's desperate to get that trebuchet going again. And then here's Rudar. Rudor. I think it's Rudor. It's not Rudar. Whatever. Whatever. You guys should be used to me mispronouncing things. So this is like kind of like Gandalf showing up from the east. At dawn, look east. This is kind of like the evil version of that. Rudar showing up to save the day of what's left of our armies who fought a brutal... Look at that. Look at that. Thousands of dead troops in one area. You can see where we had a lot of troops. You can see where we pushed forward. It's pretty crazy. There goes my general. Yeah, he dies. Just, if he could have just lasted one more minute. One more minute, he would have been saved. That's just tragic, tragic, tragic news. And now the cav is gonna flank around this way. It looks like they're gonna try to take. I mean, obviously they're gonna try to go for the Rudar Axemen in the back lines. And yeah, with the Rudar, I'm fairly confident that we're gonna win this one. Rudor, because of just how many numbers he has. He also has a lot of pikemen, which cav is not really gonna do much against these pikes. Keep pushing, man. Keep pushing. But yeah, he's gonna zone out the cav, the Knights of Annuminas. Which makes sense, you know. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Rudor... Yeah, Rudor is a very pike-heavy faction. Because similar to Isengard, so like Rudor has been at war with the Arthedain, which is another region of Arnor, which is basically Arnor. And if Arnor is very cav-focused, then a good counter for Rudar would be pikes. Also, pikes are cheaper than cav. And based on their armor, Rudor doesn't look like the wealthiest of kingdoms when you compare him to Arnor, who just has everyone in like steel plate, shiny armor. So pikes is a cheap, effective way of fighting cav forces, especially cav nations that don't spam archer cav. So yeah, so what I meant by same thing as Isengard, because Isengard had a lot of pikes because they were countering a cav nation, you know, Rohan. So pretty cool stuff. Also, there's a timer, but I think we're doing fine on the time. We're like halfway. They give you plenty of time. So here's the last stand of the gate guards. I believe this is cannon fodder's general. What are the Rudar doing? Rudor, whatever. Oh, they're closing in on the cav. So the Kingdom of Arnor is just desperately hanging on for a victory, trying to kill as many troops as possible with that one cav unit. Over on this side, unfortunately, my Gundabad guard is getting surrounded. It's amazing. We didn't really see too much of it, but they did an amazing job of going back and forth and constantly harassing this trebuchet crew while fighting the Dunedain Knights. But now they're going to get surrounded. And look they're still not done. They're still not done. We got this one spear unit, which if you're killing with one guy, the entire crew just stops. And they're like, oh, what do we do? This one orc is harassing one of our guys. I just can't bear to fire this thing. But yeah, pretty much they're spent. They're pretty much dead. So laggy with those dead bodies over there. It's so ridiculous. But we've got some Rudar savages just cleaning up the filth that is left from Arnor, which it looks like some Dunedain bodyguard. More savages coming in this way. Oh, look at this guy. He's not going out without a fight, though. Nice. So really, the last hope for Arnor. Oh, look at it. This is hilarious. Cannon Fodder sent up a Bulg's champion. So now he's telling them to silence. Like, he's there now silencing the trebuchet. So Happy Meal was like, dang it, I just got rid of these guards. The Gundabad guard. Now I have to deal with this lone cav unit who's harassing the trebuchet and buying even more time to silence this trebuchet. It's fantastic. All right, so the cav unit still not giving up, and I think we'll just fast forward a little bit. We can see the infantry now charging down the hill, ready to face the Rudar savages. And the trebuchet was able to get firing, but sure enough, look at this. Rudar savages closing in to harass the trebuchet crew. And it's pretty much a lost cause there. Oh, he's still trying. He's still trying to get it out of there. Maybe if you put him on guard mode, but yeah, he just gave up. He's like, it's not going to happen. And this is the last of the Arnorian infantry. Do two speed. He's doing a hammer and anvil of the Knights of ANNUMINAS. Right in the back flank of these Rudar heavy pikes. I mean, there's really not much you can do. You can try to go around the flank, but it's just not going to happen. There goes the general. He's getting some hammer and anvil. It's amazing how these troops will fight on. I mean, if they're really elite, they'll just fight on regardless of generals. They'll just keep going. And there you have it, guys. The infantry has been killed. Oh! His general died. He got whipped off his horse. That's great. That was awesome. And this is kind of like the last huzzah. Yeah. Yeah, there's no way. Since it's mostly an army of pikes. Like, if this was an army of swordsmen, then I would say, like, hey, you know, he's still got a chance. He can run these guys down. But it just, yeah, against an army of pikes, there's nothing you can do. And, yep, there we go. Sure enough, they're going to close around. Butch with his cav. He won't give up. He just will not. Just almost annoyingly won't give up. Just give up. There goes his final charge. Come on. There you have it. Just trying to get as many kills as possible. And that's going to wrap up today's video. Let's look at the results, though. We got some insane kills. Now, I believe Captain Bulg, that was J-Monster. He got the most kills on our side. I think it was Captain Burrs. I got 1,120. And then Cannon Fodder, I believe, was... No, I don't know. I wish we could see the player names, but... Regardless, look at the kills over here. 7,000 and 6,000. It's insane. Almost 8,000 for Captain Ad or whatever. But yeah, great battle. Really enjoyed this one. Here's the kills for the bad guys. I'll just kind of quickly go through here so you can see how some of the units performed. If you want to see what units are really good, what units are kind of poopy. There you have it. So yeah, it was actually Synn who got the least amount of kills, but to be fair, he was fighting cav units, which have less in their unit per unit, if you know what I mean. But yeah, this was a really cool scenario. Hopefully we get more epic, just non-stop fighting, instant action type scenarios. So thank you, Synn. Thank you to all the players who were in this battle, and especially thank you to the viewers. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Oh yeah, don't forget to, if you enjoyed the video, of course, only if you enjoyed, don't forget to like, leave a comment, share, subscribe if you haven't. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time.